strike some sentimental journey for some of you. My job really is to just outline where we are in the Geyer Restoration Project, and I'm very excited to tell you that tomorrow evening we'll be bringing to our Board of Trustees a recommendation to accept the bid, one of the bids that we received last week for the restoration of Geyer. When you're doing a building that is of the age that Geyer Hall is, you always go through a process that is unlike the building that we're in Cross Hall. Those of you that have had remodeling projects understand that a remodel really is much more difficult than being able to start from the ground up. And so we've actually been working on the specifications for this building for almost 3 years. We began this summer with doing part of the asbestos removal. We'll finish the rest of the asbestos removal when we move out, and that move is scheduled to be the first week in December. And our goal is to turn the building over to the contractors on about the 20th of December for them to begin working. Dr. Human, who's in the back of the room, has really coordinated all of the move. I asked her to take that on over a year ago, and she's done a marvelous job because we've never had a project where we've had to take everything out of the building to have it remodeled and then have classes elsewhere, have our equipment and books and our furniture stored, and then schedule that out and then schedule the move back in. And Jamie's done a fantastic job, not only scheduling for the classes, but coordinating all of the move that actually began about a month and a half ago with our library. So we are on schedule to do that. Our mover is the same mover that the hospitals use, so there's some similarity there in just the large task that's at hand. You know, you can't really just have a residential mover move a building of this size and with the equipment that we have. So a lot of moving parts that have gone into that. But actually the bid itself really will be the major systems, the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, the plumbing, the electrical will all be brand new. We're very excited about the potential that will be there when we talk about especially the electrical, because we've reached a point in that building where we really have not been able to keep total pace with all of the IT that's necessary to instruct our students. And we're so excited that will enable us. We'll have energy efficient lighting that will go into the building, and the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system will be a central system that will come through the hallways into the room. And again, kudos to Randy, who has really just been such a unbelievable force in all of not only this building but Barton, but in this particular building has been our man on the line to answer questions literally every day that we come to work, and he was even up here over the weekends with some of our contractors. It's really important that the contractors understand the scope and the breadth of what's going on, so that the bid that they give us is an accurate bid. And Randy's just been unbelievable, as he has with all the things that we've done, and in numerous occasions making sure that if there's costs that can be contained, that those costs will be contained so that we can get a project that we're not only proud of, but that we can afford. The internal classrooms, when we went into the project, we hoped the classrooms to be able to be repaired, and we found that as those tests that we were running to see what we were doing in terms of the plaster and other really yielded poor results in that sense, but great results in the sense that really the rooms will be totally new inside. They're going to come off about 3/8 of an inch and actually reconstruct the room as the windows are done. So it looks brand new on the inside. The ceiling, as you know, if you've been in that building, Vicki Weaver loves to tell the story about sitting in class and having plaster fall on her desk. And some of you from your nods have had that same experience. So we'll contain that and have a whole new ceiling system, but the great thing is that we'll be able to still have tall ceilings. We really didn't want to come lower those ceilings and not have that majestic look that we've always had in the Geyer building. In terms of the outside, as you know, with Missouri, the Missouri soil that we have in our part of the state, We've really had to do a lot of soil tests to make sure that the new sidewalks that are going to go in around it and the reworking of the brick and the barrier that has been there, or the wall that has been there, can be done, and that will be done. So it'll be totally redone as close to the building, that second level of wall. Of course, with all of the new sewer system that we put in with this building, we'll have a new water system that'll come off and go towards the west, so that we'll have all new inner workings. As you know, Phil and others that have been on committees with the city, we have a lot of collapsing lines in this part of our city. And so we'll have all new going into the main street. Now, there's still work that has to be done later on Main Street, but our lines going to Main Street, which will be to the city lines, will be new. And so we'll have not only new back here, but new on the other side of the building. So it's really, really an exciting time. We've had lots of sources of income for this project, and it's been such a blessing to work on this. We've had some great partners. Harry and his lovely wife started us off with the lead gift. Harry, and thank you again, and we appreciate that. The Frank and Frederick Bosley estate, all of you in this room remember those wonderful men fondly. I'm very confident. Their gift literally opened a door of opportunity for our college that comes once in a lifetime. With their gift, we were able to work with Senator Lager his last year in office, and we attached that gift to a 50-50 capital bill that had actually been passed the year before. And so with his help, that 50-50 money, that 1.36968 something, will be matched with Harry and his wife's gift to a $1.4 million match that we're going to get from the state. So that jumped that money to a 2.8. As we worked with Senator Parson on his capital outlay bill, we put our project with that as well, with 1.5, and that passed last spring. So we took a huge jump with those funds. Now we still have work to do, and that's what we're asking you all to help us with for the rest of this year into next year, a complete calendar year from January to next December. Our goal is to raise $450,000 within this next year to help us get this last 10%. Now, isn't that encouraging to say that we're just looking for that final 10% and have 90% of that money already dedicated to have? So we're hopeful that you can, and we know from the group that's here, that you're as excited about it as we are. We can go ahead and push ahead with the project, knowing that we have this year to collect that money and to actually fulfill that last 10% based on how we're going to pay out this project. And we've been able to do that not only on Cross Hall, but we have on Barton. And we knew that we couldn't, in all good consciousness, bond any further beyond what we have now with the Barton campus, and we'll be finishing our bonds on the dorms and Ketchum in 2017. That money that we've been paying on that will then go over to Barton and finish those off. So we have a solid financial plan, I think, that you'll be proud of, that won't put us into a difficult situation in the future. But we still have the work that needs to be done. So we hope that you'll join us and talk to your friends and family and help us to sell this last 10% and get out there and work hard so that we can leave this project debt-free, just like we did this building, and just like we will end up having the dedicated revenue source for the Barton. And we think that that's the most responsible thing to do. So we hope that you'll join us in that. We thank you for coming this evening. And Teresa, I'll turn it back over to you.